So right now you're probably out in your garden harvesting like crazy, getting all sorts of great things from your garden, and that's amazing. But what a lot of us here in our cold climate gardens, growing zones 2 to 5, don't realize is that even though we're in harvest mode, the planting season isn't over yet. And there are a lot of things that you can be planting early August right now and enjoying another round of fresh produce again in the fall. So here in Zone 3, Saskatchewan, Canada, where I live, I only have about 45 days until my first frost date, which is mid-September. But I'm still going to be planting up some stuff in some empty spaces I have here. And I'm going to show you all those different things that you can be planting in your garden now so you can enjoy another round of fresh lettuces, carrots, beets, beans, peas. And stick around to the end because I'm going to also show you how you can bring some of your garden into your house, get it set up so that you can keep growing into the fall and even into the winter. So let's get started. So here's a thing that nobody tells you about August planting. It's actually easier than planting in the spring. So the soil is already warm, so seeds germinate fast, sometimes in half the time. Nights are starting to cool off, which a lot of these crops that we are going to talk about actually prefer. You're not fighting the same watering battle as you tend to in the month of July because hopefully the temperatures are cooling down a little bit. And a bunch of these crops like carrots, kale, spinach actually get sweeter after a frost because the plant converts starches to sugars to protect itself from the cold. So don't think of this as like a last ditch effort. Think of this as round two. Now, if you're in a zone 3 like I am, or maybe a little bit higher, zone 4, zone 5, your last frost date usually lands around mid-September, end of September into early October. So when you are picking seeds for this, you are looking for three things. Days to maturity under 65 to 75 days, cold tolerant or frost tolerant type crops, ones that don't just survive a frost but actually improve after a frost, and a protected spot. So if you have somewhere that you can put some kind of frost cloth on when it gets cold at night, you have maybe a growing tunnel, low tunnels, a cold frame is even better. Any of those type things so that you are ready and prepared to protect these crops later on into the fall when we start to have those cold nights and risks of frost. So keep those three things in mind as we go through this list. So here's what you can start planting right now, early August, in the ground if you are gardening in zones 2 to 5. Carrots are usually 55 to 60 days, and look for some of those ones that have those shorter growing periods. I'm going to be using one called Short and Sweet, and that's what I'm going to be planting out in some of my empty containers today. They're the faster growing ones. They're a little bit shorter. So those are good ones to plant in the fall. They usually have that 55 to 60 days to maturity. Lettuces are usually 45 to 60 days, and maybe you have been succession planting them already through the summer. So those you can plant some more right now. If it's still pretty hot, some of these tender little seedlings like the lettuces and spinach, arugula, you could even start them on a tray in a window in your garage or greenhouse just to kind of protect them from the hot sun, get them going a little bit, and then plant them out into your garden somewhere. So things like spinach, arugula, bok choy, kale, Swiss chard all fall into what I call the greens. Lettuces, they all usually are around 45 to 50 days. So those are all great things to plant out right now in August. Of course, you got the radishes, the quickest growing vegetable in the garden. They can be ready to harvest within 21 days, 21 to 30 days. So you can always plant those out early August, even into mid-August. Other varieties that you want to check on the days to maturity that you could still plant now at the beginning of August would be peas, beets, turnips. Some of them are faster growing in that 30 to 40 to 55 days to maturity stage. So again, if you want to get another round of those going, they love the cool temperatures. Find a spot in your garden and get some planted. So all these ones that I just went through pretty much like a little bit of frost and actually end up tasting a little bit better if they go through a frost, especially carrots. They get sweeter, beets, kale. I haven't done kale in the fall, but I've heard a lot of people say that the taste of kale that you grow in fall in those colder temperatures, like in a cold frame or in a low tunnel, tastes way better than the stuff you grow during the summer. So a few things to just think about when you are planting in August is to keep that soil consistently moist until you see the germination. It's easy for it to dry out really fast at this time of year. If it's still pretty hot where you are, you can use shade cloth to help protect those tender seedlings as they're coming up. And once that first frost date is getting a little bit closer, that's your cue to be prepared with frost cloth, have them planted in some kind of a area where you can build a tunnel system or set them up in a cold frame. So now here's the part that I wanted to share with you that I'm going to be doing, and this is how I keep my gardening going 12 months of the year. You hear me talking about this on my channel all the time. I like to share how you can grow 12 months of the year no matter where you live. Again, I'm in Zone 3, Saskatchewan, Canada, and our winters are brutally cold. Our falls, we get quick frosts early sometimes that can wipe out your outdoor garden. So I like to do a lot of my growing indoors using simple hydroponics. So what I do is I go and dig up my favorite pepper plant, the variety that I like the most, that's working the best for me this summer. Dig it up, wash the roots off really good, get them completely clean. You can even clip them down a little bit. And I set it up indoors in a crack key container, which is a passive method of growing hydroponically. You can do this with strawberries. I'm going to be doing that with some of my strawberries that I'm going to take out of the ground. I'm going to take cuttings from some of my favorite tomatoes and cucumbers, get them rooted in water, and they will be ready to set up in a hydroponic system very easily. If you have a Aero Garden or any similar type, all done for you system that you can grow herbs, lettuces, all that kind of stuff, I will get those just started indoors, end of September, early October. I don't even try to grow lettuces out in my garden in the fall because I like to move it all indoors. So I just wanted to share that with you, that is a real possibility. It's super simple, and I've been talking about it a lot on my channel. And I also wanted to let you know that I've taken my course that I've created. It's a 15 module course that I've been sharing with students for over 2 years. I have over 250 people who have taken this course. They say it's a great way to get started in simple hydroponics. And I now have it built into a community on the school platform. You can join it for 7 days for free to test it out, to check it out. And after that, it is a $9 a month membership that you can cancel at any time. But I really encourage you to jump in there, check out this course. It starts you basically on how to grow lettuces and herbs in a simple crack key system. I show you all the materials you need. I go through all the how you set up your nutrient waters. Kind of take all the fear out of hydroponics and make it simple. And then from there, you can start growing anything because, like I said, I'll be doing tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, strawberries, all indoors all winter long. So be sure to check that out in the link in the description box below. So if you're sad to see the gardening season's coming to an end, I just want to let you know that it's not. You can keep growing. You can start some planting right now, early August, out in your garden. Get ready for a fall garden harvest. Learn how to do hydroponics so that you can keep your thumb green all winter long. And I hope that you will give it a try. Check it out. Also, I have my gardening community also on the school platform where we cover gardening 12 months of the year, indoors, outdoors, and everything in between. So check that out in the link in the description box below as well. So I'm going to head back to my onion and garlic harvest, get those spaces cleaned out, and get them ready for planting up some more carrots. I hope that you're going to be planting some more things too this month. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.